San Diego home sales slow down as prices stabilize is the article that I just read. We're going to dive into it, show you what's happening right here in the San Diego real estate market, and then break it down for you and let you know what that really means if you are potentially a home buyer out there or a home seller right here in San Diego in 2024. I'm Chris Erickson, and as always, thanks for tuning in. If you guys are enjoying the content here, throw us a little thumbs up and feel free to subscribe. We're dropping new videos every single week, and we also have a real estate crew right here in San Diego. So if you're thinking about making a move, you got some questions, you want to start that conversation, all of our contact info is right below. Feel free to reach out when the time is right. We got your back when making the move here in San Diego. So the first thing, the number of single family home sales dropped 11% in June compared to May, and about a 5% decline from June of 2023. So in June of 2024, San Diego County saw 1,337 sales. Compare that to 1 month earlier, it was 1,479. Now, first off, is that drop even an outlier? Now, this isn't totally unheard of in the San Diego real estate market. Typically in somewhere between May, June, July, sometimes we have another little peak in August or September where the number of sales jump up depending on what's happened in the market. But it's not too alarming to see the number of sales down a little bit. A lot of these peaks are in that June timeframe. Now this month we saw the drop in May, but here was 2020, kind of a funky year where we saw a peak in September. Here we saw a peak in August. In 2019, we saw it drop down from May till June. And we will get into what that means from the perspective of a buyer and a seller in a little bit. But the next point that they go into is the supply of homes for sale continues to improve from a year ago, up more than 44%. So the actual number of homes on the market. And that's a little bit of a change from what we saw compared to the beginning of the year. This is the active listings on the market. Starting the year, we were almost 13% below where we were in 2023. You can see this line here is 2023. We saw a big dip at the end of the year. That's where we came in over here in 2024. Now, steadily since the beginning of the year, we have been building inventory. So part of that is due to the interest rates, and we have seen that continue to climb. We saw a little downtick right here, but you can see year over year, we're sitting above 43% more listings than we did see previously. And the third point, the median prices of homes have stabilized, with single family homes settling at 1.09 million, basically unchanged for May. So here we are in June, and you can see how it's steadied out in May. There was a little bit of movement in April, a little bit of movement, but not that shot that we saw coming in December all the way until we got till April. So steep rise in home prices right here in San Diego, up about 10% plus year over year. But even the beginning of this year saw quite the rise very quickly. And so what does that mean for, let's start with home buyers out there. Right now with home buyers, we're seeing less competition. And now part of that is due to the interest rates, which you see a big dip coming from July 1st all the way to where we are now. You can see it's been steadily falling, a little bump up, but we are currently below that 7% interest rate environment. Now this isn't for all lenders or all borrowers either. If you are looking to buy, it's important to talk to your mortgage broker, talk to your bank, talk to your agent, and put together this plan to see what your actual payments are going to be, because this will give us a guide. It shows you the trends of what's happening in the market. But when you are actually looking to make a home purchase, it's super important to talk to all those folks and make sure you know exactly what you're getting into. And there's some debate on at what point does the market change and more of those buyers that are on the sideline get back into the market, which adds a little bit more demand to the market. Some people are saying in that 6.5% mortgage interest rate environment. Some are saying in that 6. Definitely either way, I think when it gets to a 5 handle, then there'll be a big pickup in the market. Now, I don't know if that's in the foreseeable future, but this is where we currently are. Second thing for buyers is it's not as frenzied as a market as it has been. So as you're out there searching, yes, some homes are going to get multiple offers. Some homes are going to get offers. Some homes are going to go a little bit above list. When we were looking with some clients the other day in the neighborhood that they were looking at, they did write an offer on a home. It did get 2 offers on there, but there was 3 other additional homes in that neighborhood on the market. So with added competition within a specific neighborhood, within a specific market, it'll spread out buyers and give you as a buyer a little bit less competition. But once again, property to property. And the third thing for buyers, usually towards the latter part of the year, especially as we get into the new school year, get into the holidays, all that kind of stuff, the number of buyers in the market tends to slow down a little bit. So it gives you a little bit of advantage if you are out searching for homes. Now, the number of homes actually on the market is a little bit less as well, but you will have a little advantage since there are typically less buyers out there during those times. And now a few things for sellers in the San Diego real estate market. First thing is going to be the pricing of your home is super important. Now, we always stress pricing your home is super important. There's different strategies you can utilize to price your home accordingly, depending on what your goals are, but really taking into term all the past sales in there, what are the market times, and just for some expectations, right now we are sitting about 99.5% of list price that sellers are getting. Compare that to last year, which was over 101%. You can see there's a slight drop off, once again, due to the limited amount of buyer demand that we have been seeing. The second thing we could start to see going into the latter part of the year, once again, which is somewhat typical for home selling in San Diego, it might be even a little bit more so if the buyer demand drops off, if interest rates stay a little bit higher, but is the number of days your home is on the market. Now, this really varies widely, depends on location, condition, but just as a rule of thumb, towards the end of the year, as we go in the latter part of the year, the number of days your home will be on the market could potentially be a little bit longer than before, where in 2021, 2022, days on the market for most properties was like 7 to 10 days. Within that first weekend, usually it was getting multiple offers and it was going for well above list. Now, as we look at the most recent numbers, June 2024, the days on market, average days on market right here in San Diego was 20 days. Compare that to the previous year, which is 18 days, a little bit above, but I'd expect that to actually move up as we go towards the end of the year. So expectations for sellers, a little bit more time on the market, maybe potentially some extra open houses, depending on what your marketing campaign is, maybe potentially some additional showings that instead of packing everything into that first weekend, it might go into the second weekend, potentially into the third weekend. Like I said, every market's going to be a little bit different. Now, a few years ago, I believe it was 2022, we peaked out about 106, almost 107% of the list price is what homeowners were getting. Now, like I said, we're in that 99.5%, but that is actually trending down a little bit. And that is definitely due to the amount of competition out there. Typically, when you don't have multiple buyers competing for the same property, the price doesn't obviously go above and beyond that list price. And now this could all change if interest rates drop significantly. A lot of buyers could jump back in the market. We could see definitely a frenzy of sorts that we have seen in the past. But if you guys want to know up to date what's going on, subscribe to this channel. We're dropping new videos here every single week. And if you did want to jump in and chat about your specific real estate needs, right down below in the description, we have all of our contact info. I'm Chris Erickson. We have a real estate crew right here in San Diego, and we got your back when making the move here in San Diego.